Good, super happy. Not the way maybe Alex would have wanted, and we're super happy of getting into the fourth round.
Court 12 at the All England Club is not the biggest stage in tennis, but on the afternoon of June 30th, 2026, it felt like the loudest place in the Philippines. More than 10,000 miles from Manila, a father sitting in the player's box tried to keep his composure but couldn't. His daughter had just secured a memorable victory, and the emotions were impossible to contain. That daughter was the number 29 seed, Eala, who had just become the first Filipino player in history to win a Wimbledon main draw match as a seeded competitor. It was a historic moment, one the television cameras captured forever. But while the world celebrated what happened on the court, Filipino social media was buzzing about something no camera had ever shown: a penthouse, an ocean view home, and a promise a 13-year-old girl had made before she ever boarded a plane to Majorca. Subscribe and stay with the community that believed in her before the rest of the world caught on. The people who recognized her potential early are still here, and there's always a seat at this table with your name on it. To understand why an entire nation was moved by that scoreline, you have to go back 8 years. Long before Eala became a Wimbledon seed, she was just a young girl training at the Rizal Memorial Sports Complex. Her father, Mike, was a competitive swimmer who stepped away from his own athletic ambitions so he could travel with her to the Rafa Nadal Academy. Her mother, Riza, a former Southeast Asian Games swimming bronze medalist, continued working as an executive at Globe Telecom while living out of suitcases, constantly traveling between Manila, Majorca, and tournament stops around the world. The Philippine Daily Inquirer summed up their role in one memorable phrase: ever present but not disruptive. Their unwavering support became the foundation of Alex's journey. Then, during that same week, a rumor exploded across Filipino social media, turning years of quiet sacrifice into a headline everyone wanted to discuss. According to reports circulating on Facebook, Eala had secretly used part of her prize money to buy her parents a luxurious ocean view penthouse overlooking Manila Bay. The viral post claimed that the gift was a tribute to Mike, the father who gave up his own swimming career so his daughter could chase her dream on the tennis court. According to the story, when he received the keys to the apartment, he couldn't hold back his tears. However, it's important to separate fact from speculation. Neither Eala nor any member of her family has publicly confirmed the story, and no credible Philippine news outlet has verified it. For now, the claim exists only in the viral corners of social media, where devoted fans often celebrate their favorite athletes with stories that spread far faster than the facts. But the reason this rumor gained so much attention was never really about the penthouse itself. It was about the promise behind it. Filipino fans weren't simply debating whether Alex had bought her parents a home. They were asking whether, after everything her family had sacrificed, she had finally reached a point in her career where she could give something extraordinary back. Part of what made the rumor believable was Eala's remarkable rise in professional tennis. As of the research date, her 2026 year-to-date prize money stood at $871,438, according to the WTA's official prize money leaders. Just 3 years earlier, she was a junior player fighting for wild cards. Now, in only 6 months, she had earned more prize money than many Filipino tennis players make throughout their entire careers. Whether the penthouse story is true or not, the financial reality behind it is no longer difficult to imagine. Yet money can never fully repay the sacrifices her parents made. Eala was once a competitive swimmer before putting that chapter of his life aside when Alex was just 13 years old, relocating with her to Majorca so she could train at the Rafa Nadal Academy. Meanwhile, Riza Eala continued building her career as a finance executive at one of the Philippines' largest corporations while constantly traveling to support her daughter, just as she had done since Alex's early days at Rizal Memorial Sports Complex. This was never a family struggling to escape poverty, which is exactly why the rumor resonated so deeply. The story was never really about financial need, it was about gratitude, sacrifice, and the hope that years of unwavering support had come full circle. It was never really about the house, it was about what the gesture would represent. Throughout tennis history, many of the sport's biggest stars have been remembered not only for their achievements on the court but also for how they honored the people who supported them along the way. Serena Williams famously bought a home for her parents, and Coco Gauff did something similar in 2023. In the Philippines, Manny Pacquiao built his mother a mansion in General Santos, transforming it into a powerful symbol of gratitude and success. Every Filipino athlete who reaches that level of fame is eventually measured against that same tradition. In many ways, fans are no longer waiting for Eala to become an icon. They are already placing her among the country's sporting legends. That is why the fans who believed in her from the beginning deserve recognition. They followed her journey from the Rizal Memorial Sports Complex to her Roland Garros Jr. title and eventually to her breakthrough run at the Miami Open. They were often dismissed as being premature, overly patriotic, or simply biased. Yet, looking back now, they understood her trajectory long before the mainstream media did. The headlines appearing today are simply catching up to what Filipino tennis fans have been saying for years. The timeline leading to this moment makes her rise even more remarkable. On June 15th, she was ranked number 56 and appeared to be going through a difficult stretch. On June 7th, she captured the Birmingham Open grass court title after coming back from a set down against Nikola Bardankova. Just weeks later, on June 23rd, she suffered an early exit at the Bad Homburg Open, marking her second defeat in 3 days. Then, on June 30th, everything changed. She defeated Renata Zarazua 6-1, 6-2 on court 12 to record her first ever Wimbledon main draw victory, becoming the first Filipino player in history to compete as a seeded player and win a main draw match at the championships. In the span of just 1 week, she went from the disappointment of a locker room defeat to making Wimbledon history. Through all of those highs and lows, one statement from Alex herself continues to resonate. In a WTA feature filmed during the ASB Classic on January 6, 2026, she looked into the camera and said, "Home is not a place, it's the people." That simple sentence became the emotional foundation for the entire penthouse rumor. Whether or not an ocean view apartment overlooking Manila Bay actually exists, the deeper meaning behind the story certainly does. Alex's own words remind people that home has never been defined by a building or an address. It has always been defined by the family who sacrificed everything to help her reach this moment. That quote is on the record, and it explains why so many fans find the rumor believable. Whether the story itself is true is another matter, but the emotion behind it reflects something Eala has openly expressed. You don't have to rely on viral Facebook posts to understand her impact. On June 30, 2026, the official Instagram account of Wimbledon, the oldest and one of the most prestigious tournaments in tennis, shared highlights of her historic victory. In its caption, Wimbledon described Eala as a national hero of the Philippines. Think about what that means. This wasn't a local Philippine news outlet celebrating one of its own, nor was it a fan page exaggerating her achievements. It was Wimbledon itself, the same institution that has chronicled the careers of Roger Federer, Serena Williams, and Novak Djokovic, recognizing a 21-year-old Filipino player on one of the sport's biggest stages. When a tournament with more than a century of history chooses words like those, they become part of the historical record rather than just another opinion. That is where the rumor and reality begin to intersect. While the story of the penthouse remains unverified, Eala's rise is undeniably real, and it has arrived at a pivotal moment in her career. Her place in Wimbledon's second round has fans constantly refreshing the draw, wondering who she'll face next and imagining how deep her run could become. A trip to the third round would move her even closer to breaking into the WTA's top 20, a milestone no Filipina has ever achieved. Beyond Wimbledon, the calendar shifts toward the North American hardcourt season, including Cincinnati and the US Open Series, events where she now arrives with far greater expectations than she did a year ago. What makes this breakthrough different from every previous one is its significance beyond Alex herself. Until now, she was primarily seen as an inspiring player representing one nation. After Wimbledon, she has become the leading face of a growing Filipino tennis movement. For decades, the Philippines has poured its sporting passion into boxing and basketball. Now, for the first time, the country has a tennis star generating global headlines, significant prize money, and worldwide attention from a nation of more than 115 million people. If Eala continues her run in London, The international media may finally do what Filipino fans have been hoping for over the past 2 years. They'll turn their cameras toward Manila and tell the story that supporters there have believed in all along. If the international media eventually travels to Manila, one of the first questions they'll ask is about the house. They'll want to know whether the story was simply a viral fantasy or a deeply personal family secret that only now is coming to light. Regardless of the answer, one thing is certain: Alex Eala's journey has been anything but straightforward. Just 7 days before her Wimbledon main draw debut, she suffered a first-round defeat at the Bad Homburg Open, her second loss in only 3 days. Some tennis analysts even describe the coaching changes she made before Wimbledon as a significant gamble. But instead of responding with lengthy social media posts or emotional press conferences, Alex let her tennis do the talking. She arrived in London, embraced the challenge of being a seeded player, stepped onto court 12, and defeated Renata Zarazua 6-1, 6-2. That scoreline became her answer to every doubt. Looking back, the story comes full circle. It begins with a father who put aside his own athletic career when his daughter was only 13 years old. It continues with a mother whom the Philippine Daily Inquirer once described as ever-present but not disruptive. It includes a viral social media rumor about a luxurious penthouse overlooking Manila Bay, a story that, to this day, remains unverified by any credible news organization. It also includes Alex's own words, spoken months earlier: "Home is not a place, it's the people." Then came Wimbledon's recognition, celebrating her historic victory and describing her as a national hero for a country of more than 115 million people. Whether or not Alex Eala truly bought her parents an Ocean View home, the more meaningful story is that millions of Filipinos believe she is the kind of person who would. That belief says just as much about her character as any trophy or ranking ever could. In the end, the greatest gift fans are celebrating isn't a penthouse, it's Alex herself. That leaves one final question for everyone watching. If Alex were to confirm tomorrow that the penthouse story is true, would you rather she had kept it private as a personal family gesture, or shared it publicly to inspire the next young Filipino picking up a tennis racket at Rizal Memorial Sports Complex? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you've been following Alex's journey since before she became a seeded player, before her Birmingham title, and before Wimbledon introduced her to the world in a way usually reserved for legends of the game, then you already know what this community is about. Subscribe and stay with the people who believed in her before the rest of the world caught up. The story is only getting started, and there's always a place for you here.